Interurban is a public art initiative that was created by the City of Cleveland, Land Studio, NOACA, and Greater Cleveland RTA. The project is a series of large-scale murals and photography that will stretch from Cleveland Hopkins Airport to Tower City. The works are inspired by Anisfield Wolf Book Awards winners, so each artist was given an Anisfield Wolf Book Award prompt to base their inspiration for their project from.
The Cleveland Foundation has a long history of investing in local artists and creative professionals being involved in the remaking of the city. We really felt Anisfield Wolf and its mission of bringing race, ethnicity, and inclusion to the forefront was a powerful idea for how the artists and the projects could hold together across the entire length of the Red Line.
The Anisfield Wolf Book Awards celebrate the best books every year that confront racism and celebrate diversity. The power of the Anisfield Wolf Book Awards are in its specificity. This isn't somebody's rainbow idea of diversity. These are particularly pointed, thorny books that contain beauty but also harshness that we invite people to take up and work with in our search for our better angels. The very things that fill us with despair around race and gender and diversity require answers, and some of these answers are in these books.
My prompt that I chose was called Rain by John Egbert Wyman. It talks about identity and how people perceive you versus how you see yourself. Kid holding the sign started off with me asking myself a question. If I had a chance to really say something about myself, what would I say? I know that regardless of what I say, I'm being looked at a certain way. So how, as a black man, am I perceived versus how do I want people to perceive me? To have a sign that says nothing gets the person to really examine that stuff a little more. The peace really lies in when you go home and you think about what you came up with when looking at that sign.
The piece is an excerpt from Martha Collins' collection called White Pages. She's focused on sort of the excuses that white people have made historically to not integrating society, such as yes but not now, yes but not in our lifetimes, referring to interracial marriage, referring to integration in schools. I sort of focused on this yes but excuse. What would it be like if we just had a culture and a community that just said yes, period, like yes to a welcoming society, yes to accepting all different kinds of families into the community. And so my mural just says yes, period.
The text I chose was called Language as a Boundary by Will Soyinka. We're talking about language as a thing that unites people and cultures, but also divides people and cultures. The way that the birds are flying into each other and connecting neck by neck is signifying that to me. It's our dual nature as humans to do both of those things, to be like really violent and separatist, and the opposite of that, which is to be empathetic and caring and understanding of each other.
When we lead our siloed lives and speak to people who are mostly like us and mostly agree with us, it's rare for us to get an opportunity to see the world put together in a new way. But that's what the art is inviting and beckoning people in motion to put their mind in motion.
I hope that the impact of this project will be that people will think differently about transit. It will also increase how many people choose to use transit. And being connected to the airport station, I think that you'll have more people who will also choose to do it for cultural tourism. And I think that's a really exciting new thing for Cleveland.
A lot of these walls, before they were just like these blank, mundane, like gray or like beige walls. and now they have life. Now they're filled with art. It creates something beautiful, like this beautiful open air gallery. We just hope to add a little bit more beauty to an already beautiful city.
I think art should be taken out of the gallery because art is meant to be seen with and participated with by the public. I think art is made for people, and galleries and museums, although I love them and I love going to them, can isolate the work. I think only a certain group of people go to museums, go to galleries, are aware of gallery shows, and it's a really limited group of people. And so I think the more accessible that art can be made, the better our culture becomes.
Our hope at the Cleveland Foundation is that this is just the beginning, that this first phase along the red line sets the bar really high in a way that compels all of us to invest in 50, 60, 70 more projects like this across the whole RTA system, so that you could ride any line and understand how powerful this work is and how the creative community has risen to say, we're a community that cares about race, equity, inclusion. And then over time, as we evolve as a community, continue to tell that story so that in a few years, the entire RTA system will actually be the world's largest gallery that is talking about how we have come together to deal with these issues.